Okay guys, today we're gonna make Italian pizza on a gas barbecue. Mine has 4 burner, but anything above 3 is actually okay. So we're gonna see how to make the dough, what you need to cook it, and eventually we will have some. So what you need, it's this little lid here. You can actually buy this one or make. We're gonna make it. And you're gonna have this pizza stone here. It's like the both of them cost probably $30 and you'll have pretty good pizza. Let's see. Okay, so to make the dough for 5 pizza, what we're gonna need is 750 grams of flour. It's divided with 150 grams here. This is a little bit more rough flour, semolino flour, and this is like the regular pizza flour, so not the one for cake. Then we need yeast. We're gonna use 1/3 roughly of this block, that is 42 grams, so around 15 grams. It's in this little guy here. Then 450 milliliter of water and 3 teaspoons of salt. So the first operation we're gonna use food processor here is to pulverize the dough, the yeast, sorry. So we're gonna put it here. I mean, just let it pulverize. So at this stage, if you see, it's completely disintegrated. Then we add the water, all of it, and then we let them stir for 5 minutes with 30 degrees temperature. So if you don't have this machine, then you can just use tepid water. Don't use very, very hot water because otherwise you kill the yeast. Okay. So after 3 to 5 minutes that the water and the yeast are basically melted together, then we have to add the flour. So you can combine the two of them and you add the salt. You stir it. Okay. At this point, you don't put it all, but you put half of it. It doesn't have to be precisely half, but more or less. Okay. And then you have the companion. In this specific case, going speed 5, but you can go roughly half of the speed they can go. And you give it like 1 minute and something without temperature. What will happen is that after the 1 minute, you will have some kind of a very, very watery dough. And that's actually okay. So this doesn't have to be very compact dough at this stage. Yeah. After the 1 minute 20, what we see is that it's very, very liquid, and it's actually okay, because now we're gonna add the rest part of the flour, and we increase a little bit the speed. So we go with the speed to 8, that is roughly 2/3 of the maximum power of this machine, and then we give again 1 minute 10 without power. Now you should hold this one here, because then it starts vibrating. Okay. At this stage, you have a dough that is still very, very soft. And this is actually exactly what we want. It doesn't have to be too compact. So we're gonna remove the blade from here. You make sure to have the dough on the bottom or close to the bottom. And what we're gonna do, and this is also the reason why I prefer to use the KitchenAid, is that we're gonna start the first levitation. So it will stay here without the blade moving at 30 degrees for 2 hours. After the 2 hours, we're gonna go with the second levitation. This is how it looks
after 2 hours. So it pretty much double in size and it's very fluffy, which is good. And now we're gonna go with the second part of the dough. So first we have to remove it. I'm gonna use like this plastic spatula, and then you just put it on your surface, on your working board. So at this point we have to make portion. So like the perfect size for a pizza is between 200 and 250 grams. So we're gonna make large one, so we're gonna go with 250. So now this is important. So for each one of those we have to basically do this process where we flat, we pull one and then we fold it, we press it and then we turn, and then we do this as many times as we can. This is important because it helps to incorporate the air. So when we do this, we basically take a lot of air and then we put it in the center of the dough, and then we do like a lot of time. Just make sure to have enough flour here. Once you have done, let's say 10 times or any amount that you feel like it, then you have to do another operation. So you have to make sure that the bottom, like where you have the fold, stays on the bottom. One hand press against the other and roll, like this way. What we are doing now, we are basically closing the ball. And you do this until the bottom is completely sealed, and then you cannot see anymore the fold. So pretty much like this. At this time you roll it, and this is important when you roll it because you distribute all the air that is in the dough in the ball, so it basically has the same consistency across it. This should be enough. And then you do for all the others. Okay, once you've done all of this, then take a board, a cutting board would be just fine, and then you place them on the board. Just make sure to have enough room for them to grow, because they will pretty much double in size again. Alright, so once you put them this way, then you have to do something. So at this stage there are really not sticky anymore, so the surface here is flat and it's soft, but not as soft as before because we work with it pre-bit. Now you take a piece of fabric here and then you cover completely, and then you fold it on the bottom. You do like on the four sides of it. Okay, try to leave it as less air as possible in here. Okay, so once you fold it here below, then you take a spray here and basically you spray them. So what you want to have them humid but not wet. And this is important because if you don't do this passage, then like the top of the ball will get too dry, and then it basically will not be workable anymore. While this way instead, it helps maintain the correct humidity for the little pizza ball to grow properly. Okay, you see that everywhere it's pretty much humid, and then you let it stay for another 2 to 3 hours. See you later. Now has been around 3 hours. Let's see if they raised. Spoiler alert, they did. So that's how they look if I did everything right. So exactly, you see, this is all hair, and this is perfectly how we want them. Great. Okay. All right, let's make it. So, first step, you're gonna do a little bit of a flavor mountain. I mean, there are way many techniques. We use this one here because it's what we do best. And when I say we, you can notice the hands are not mine, because I'm really not able to do this part. So you see, if you use the mountain as a cone to help you, then you just stretch. You stretch and rotate, and repeat. So the barbecue has been on for 10 to 15 minutes. It's already at 380, 390 on the upper part and way more on the below. Right, so now 3.5 minutes and that's the pizza we got.